listening to the LOZ Podcast Network.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the LOZ Podcast Network. My name is Ken Lawler. I'm the host and the developer of the LOZ app and the LOZ app Podcast Network. And today we have a sponsor spotlight, somebody that I've become good friends with, Tim Schutt, owner of Lake Guard Home Watch Services. What's going on, Tim?
Not a whole lot. I mean, we're just kind of enjoying the cool weather that's rolled in now. So, and then been working, picking up new clients and then doing family things, playing around on the lake, obviously.
And you moved your whole family here, right? I mean, is everybody here now?
Yeah, it really seems to feel like it. I have 4 generations of females living with me. I have my wife, our oldest daughter, our granddaughter, and now great granddaughter. So it's never boring at my house.
That's a lot of people hanging around looking for boat rides. That's great.
Yeah.
So, we've been through quite a summer so far. It started out, it would not stop raining. And now the heat hit and it's been brutal. And just in the last couple of days, it's kind of broke for us a little bit. But, it kind of highlighted to me when I was thinking about it, there's so many things with weather and what goes on here at the lake that affect your home. And, even when I'm here, the amount of things I have to do to cope with the weather and make sure my house is buttoned up and looking good and taken care of. Man, when the fall and the winter get here and I go to Phoenix and I get out of town, there's still stuff going on. And I want to make sure my house is taken care of. Luckily for everyone here at the lake, that's why we have you. And that's why we have Lake Guard Home Watch Services, because that's exactly what you do. You watch our homes while we're not here, right?
Yeah, exactly. I think a lot of people, they really don't think about it. It's like, well, I have my neighbors or you know what? I haven't had anything happen to me. I've had a house here for 10 years and it's been good. But a lot of things that I've been really kind of talking about, I mean, things will happen at the home. You can't predict the weather. What kind of things could happen, storm damage or whatever. And, you have a tree fall on your house or in that. But also the biggest thing that I've been kind of trying to get out to people is the insurance compliance. That's a big thing. A lot of people do not really realize that, hey, I've got house insurance. I've got my condo or my, villa or my townhome. Hey, I'm paying my premiums. I'm good to go. But in the state of Missouri, and the underwriters will somewhat kind of vary at different wording in the policy. But in Missouri, it's a requirement at least 30 days. Anything more over 30 days. If you're unoccupied home, this is a secondary vacation home. It's not your primary residence. Is unoccupied and you do not have a professional going in and checking on it, if you were to have some sort of damage and you file a claim, you could potentially have that insurance company deny that claim or greatly reduce the payout on the claim. And so
I didn't realize that. That's a big one. I mean, and that's got to affect a lot of people here at the lake. I mean, there's times when, it's Jan, Feb, and you're not going down for 60 days. It's there's no reason to. And that's usually when it happens, right? You get those cold snaps and all of a sudden a pipe burst and, somebody finds it 4 days later after it's been running for 4 days. You got a major disaster on your hands and you don't need any other headaches than trying to get it fixed and get it figured out. And let's face it, even, things are going to happen. Even if you have a home guard watch service like yourself, there's events that will happen, but having somebody go in the home and checking on it every once in a while sure lessens the possibility that it can become a major problem.
Yeah, we're looking for the obvious issues. We want to take care of them before they become major problems. And so for us, we're going to create that detailed electronic report that's, through our customized services that have been tailored to your home and your needs. And so you're going to get that. And so if your insurance company starts questioning, you have the receipts now. And then we provide the photographs. And now an added feature that we've added is that it does timestamp the photograph also in the report. So you actually sit there and say, hey, this is actually, when they're taking pictures showing the current state of their home, this is what it was at that time. And so, like I said, this keeps you in compliance. And, you're paying, your high price premiums or whatever. You want to make sure that you're covered, because you've worked hard to buy this home or this condo or villa, or whatever.
And that's key, because having that backup, that digital backup, and that's going to put them, they're going to be like, okay, fine, we're paying out, because, that's going to be the rare opportunity that somebody actually has a document, an electronic document saying, okay, I have a service that's been in my home. They've taken pictures. They know that this thing was right. What a great way to, prove the worth of what you guys do, because that could save somebody tens of thousands of dollars.
Absolutely. And like for me, it's not just meeting that minimum requirement of one visit in a month. If you do, we always do the weekly or biweekly, every other week. So if you do just the biweekly, you're going to get at least a minimum of 2 visits per month. So we're not only meeting the minimum requirement, we're exceeding it. And so that's what we want to make sure that we do. And it's been interesting talking. I have 3 restoration companies that are on my contractors list. And I've been talking with them over the summer of just the number of issues that they ran into during the winter time, and also since people have come back. And some have been great. They turned their water off, during the off season. That's great. But then they come back, they flip the water on, and they run down to the boat dock, and they take off for like 4 hours.
And they didn't realize that there was a break. They just didn't check on it. Yeah,
that's exactly. And come back, and $300,000 worth of damage.
I've had that happen to me. I've had a pipe bust, and your number's dead on. It was $300,000 to get it fixed, and it was a year of my life that I had to work to get everything back in order. And it was a 1/4-inch pipe. This little, just where it angled and just blew out, and it caused $300,000 in damage. That you have one of those, and you realize, what, while it might be, you might look at it as a little bit of added cost to have a home guard watch, system. It's going to make itself up. Any event, and you're going to be thanking yourself, or any event that you avoided, is going to be an amazing way to go. I think, we're in the end of July. We're coming into August, so the summer is sort of winding down. There's still plenty of time at the lake, and people will be here for the next 2.5 months, enjoying it. But they don't want to wait till November to call you, right? You got to get this thing kind of set up for the season.
Absolutely. That's why I'm talking to people. It's like, here, this is the best time. These next couple months, I get it. You want to play, that you feel like you've just got this small window to play on the lake. But hey, if you get a rainy day, give me a call. I can usually schedule you in, or we'll figure it out. And like I always tell people, I want to come to your home. I want to kind of see what I'm getting into. And then also, you get to meet me. It's a big deal to sit there. I'm not a family member. I'm not a friend. I'm not a neighbor, generally speaking. And so you need to know who I am. And so to let somebody that you don't know into your home, that's a big step. And so they get to talk to me. They get to find out who I am and what I'm all about. And then I listen to them to figure out exactly what they want. I can tell them, here, this is the services we provide. But the real thing about, in my business, I believe, is just listening to the client. They may not directly tell you exactly what they want, but they'll lead you, and then that's how we tailor our services accordingly. Because like, hey, you may have a different perspective on what you want watched at your home than I would, and so forth.
Well, and just the services you guys offer. I mean, everyone, yeah, Home Watch is one of them, but you have a concierge service, you have a handyman service. I mean, you can use that year round. That's something that people need year round. Concierge service, they're going to need during the summer, right?
Yeah.
And Dock Watch. I mean, just all the different things. Start down starting your car every once in a while, so the battery's right. So when you get back down there and you want to use it, or it's good to go. And I think the key holder also, because let's face it, you have other companies that are coming in and doing things, and you don't want to have to drive down to the lake, let them in. It'd be great to, hey, I'm going to call Tim. He's going to go over there and let him in. I know that he's trustworthy, and I can trust my key with him. I mean, that's a huge advantage.
Absolutely. I mean, it's just you have a pest control or a cleaning service, or you need us to kind of not really oversee, but kind of give you detailed reports on, hey, how is our kitchen renovation coming? And we can speak with the contractor, and then do that report. We can take pictures. We're not going to make the decision making. That'll be up to the client, but we can get a hold of them, and yeah, they don't have to spend time out of their busy schedule driving here to the lake to on a couple of questions the contractor might have for them.
Well, and just so people don't think that you just kind of sit behind a desk, I've got some action shots of you actually doing some work. Yeah. So you're actually in there, and you're doing the inspections. You're actually really involved, right? I mean, this isn't something you sit behind your desk and tell someone else to do it. You're in it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, for us, here showing this picture, it put a rope on your boat or your jet skis. How many times do we see somebody out in social media? Hey, anybody know whose boat this is, or whatever? Right. The boat lift has failed. We had one of my clients. We were going to install their de-icer into the boat dock. We had a cold spell coming in, and I had recommended that we get this installed. And so we were heading down, and all of a sudden I go out, and he's in shallow water. So they've got a pier that the first part of the catwalk goes out to, and it sits on top. Then the second half is bolted onto that into the boat dock. Well, one of the bolts had snapped on the catwalk. And so I went out there, and I was able to walk down the other side. We got the de-icer installed first. I'm like, here, this is what I'm here to do.
Right.
And then I went back, grabbed my come along, and I got the second half of the catwalk pulled up temporarily, and then contacted the client and said, here, I've sent you some photos. Here's the situation. I can probably take care of this, but if I cannot, I will immediately get a hold of a dock repair service. And we were able, actually, I had my daughter, she came down, and we got the new bolt put in, and everything tightened up, and it was all on the electrical side. So we had shut off the disconnects, just in case if that did break loose, we didn't have an electrical issue on top of the situation. So that was one time where we were able to take care of that ourselves. And like I said, if we cannot, I'm quickly will turn to professionals to take care of. That's why I have a contractors list. And I have the kind of our core principles with Lake Guard is that, hey, we're going to answer your call. Number two, we're going to show up on time. And number three, we're going to get the job done right. And those are the same expectations I have with the contractors. If I tell them that you've got to follow those three principles, because if I'm going to refer you, it's also back on my business as well.
And I think this is an important podcast, not only for individuals who own homes, but for the realtors in the market to understand that there's a service like yours that they can put their clients and you together, and it really is a great marriage of the realtor looking out for the client. You just sold somebody $1 million, $2 million, $3 million home, right? Having some resources for them and introducing them to you, because look, you just spent a lot of money on a home. You want to make sure it's taken care of. You want to make sure that when you're not there, that there's somebody watching over that. It's a huge investment. And what a better way to do that than for a realtor in town to introduce them to you and to Lake Guard Home Watch Services. And I know you work with realtors all the time, but doing it up front so that, it's something that they introduce in right when they buy the home or right when they build the home, so they can get started. And when you come in that you're the first guy to take over, and you kind of have everything set up, and they know that they have somebody on site that knows what's going on with the house.
Absolutely. And I also, working with the insurance agents as well locally, to help them out. Here's the worst thing is all of a sudden a client gets denied. They're going to call up their agent and their agent, and so this is a great service for them to provide to make sure that their clients stay in compliance and don't run into this issue. And so, like I said, for us, it's a family business. I'm about ready to actually bring my youngest son on board, cover me. If I have some trips I've got to make back to Iowa or whatever, he wants to be a part of it. And so, yeah, we want to sit there and grow this business and help people out here that have that second home on Lake of the Ozarks.
And how much fun is it to, I work with my son. He's in the podcast company with me, and it's so much fun to actually get to spend time working with your kids and bringing them in, and that's what life's all about, isn't it? I mean, just trying to provide a business that takes care of everyone and gives everyone a spot to kind of shine a little bit, and that's awesome that your son's getting involved with you.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm the third generation of our farm operation in Iowa. But that was my parents' legacy. And so for me, this is why I started this too, not only to help people and kind of start helping my neighbors, but then I feel like everybody on this lake is my neighbor now, and that I can help them out. But then I want to pass this legacy on to my kids. And so right now, yeah, my two sons are very interested in this business as it moves forward, that they're going to become, more active in it. They have their own careers that they're building, and that's great, and then hopefully, like I said, we build this into a great business here, and they get to be a part of it. It's a great feeling that they want to be a part of it.
Well, let's talk about how they get a hold of you. So, they can go to your website, right? So they can go to lakeguardmo.com, and that's got everything there that kind of explains what you do. Is that where they sign up to get the services started, or do you want them to call you to do that?
You can do it either way. I mean, yes, there's on there. You can contact us through our website. It'll go right to our email address. They can call us 573-345-3553. That is our office number here. And then I also do have a mobile number, 515-571-7861. And so, yeah, I always say whatever communication you want to do, what you're comfortable with, I can handle it, through the website, calls, text, whatever.
Well, I just want to tell everybody who's watching on the podcast network that, this is not just for those $2 million homes out there. This is for a home that's a lake cabin, or it could be, a home off the water. I mean, it doesn't mean that it has to be the super huge homes that you see on the water. I mean, this is for everybody. You made the service so that anyone can take advantage of it. And you need to call Tim, get him out there, make sure you have the peace of mind. It's coming, guys. It's July. I get it, but it's going to be November before too long. and you're going to be sitting there and they're going to talk about this big winter storm that hit in December at the lake. And you're thinking to yourself, did I remember to do everything that I was supposed to do? Or is this going to be a melee and I got to drive down? And, look at the cost of just having to drive to the lake from St. Louis for a couple of days to take care of something, lost time at work, the travel expenses, all that kind of stuff. You do that a couple times, and it really makes sense to sign up Tim and his Lake Guard Home Watch services, because it doesn't take very many of those trips to equal out what Tim's going to charge you, and you're going to know you have the peace of mind that he's there. He can jump over there and make sure that everything is taken care of. Tim, I want to thank you for joining us today and bringing us up to speed. I know you're getting into your busy season now, so your work has been going on, but you're getting ready to start signing up people and get that winter work going. It's good that your son's coming up and he's going to be a part of it too. I know you're excited about that, but thanks for coming on the sponsor spotlight. We love having you in the LOZ app. We love all the things you do for the people around the lake and all the organizations you're involved with. And you're a true local, business owner that's doing a lot to help people here at the lake.
Absolutely. And I sure appreciate, Ken, you taking the time to do this. Like I said, I want to let people know about the service that we provide, and I want to help others on this lake and off the lake. I've got clients that on acreages that I watch and I even just picked up a permanent resident that just needed vacation way, and so now they're like, hey, I'm happy that we could, we have you. And we're going to take more vacations now.
What if I'm one of these people that have a big boat sitting in a marina somewhere that's where I live on, and it's, do you do boats as well?
Not as of yet, but I view it's still a home.
Yeah. I would think, if I got my boat sitting there, I want to make sure everything's going good with it. So, hey, we might have opened up a whole new section of your business here today in the podcast network. So it's now Lake Guard Home and Boat Watch Services.
That's right. Hey, and I always like it. If you don't see it on our website, give me a call, challenge me. I've been in talks with people actually managing the entire subdivision we're looking at now.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, there's not many guys that are as cool as Tim. He's a good guy. He will take care of you. He's honest. He's trustworthy. You have to at least call him and see what he can do for you in your home. Tim, thanks again for joining us today on the podcast network. We'll catch up with you again in the spring as things start rolling out again there. But for now, everybody go to the website, call Tim, make sure you get signed up for the winter and have that peace of mind you're looking for. Thanks for joining us today, Tim.
All right. Thanks, Ken.
And everybody else, we will see you again next week on another episode of the LOZ Podcast Network. Thanks for joining us. Make sure you go into the app and you watch all the different podcast episodes that we have. We're trying to bring you a flavor of the lake and what's going on down here. And remember, it's always local. Everything we put in the LOZ app is local. So the people that that we're doing sponsor spotlights are the people that we're highlighting in the app itself. They live here, they work here, their kids go to school here. You see them at church, you see them out at the restaurants, and we want to make sure that money stays here in the market and that we support local. So Tim, have a great end of the summer, and I know you're going to start getting busy, so I'll see you at the next get-together for sure.
All right, sounds good.